Hi, welcome guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Bernice and you're watching At Home with Bernice. In today's recipe, I bring you these delicious Tinga Tostadas. Go ahead and stick around so you can learn how to make my version of these chicken tostadas. They're obviously all going to be different. People make them in different ways, and I hope you like my version and I hope you make it for your families. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my video for more content. Let's go ahead and start with our ingredients. Okay, and for my first ingredients, I'm going to use 2 chicken breasts, and these are the bone-in chicken breasts with the skin on, just to add a little more flavor. I'm going to add about half of a medium onion, half a head of garlic, and we're just going to put it in the pot just this way. And then I'm going to use a little piece of cinnamon. This is just optional. I like the flavor that this gives your chicken when you boil it. I'm going to use half a teaspoon of sea salt and half a teaspoon of chicken bouillon. And then we're going to go ahead and boil this. Okay, and then I'm just going to put it in the pot just as it is. Going to add the half a head of garlic, your onion, little piece of the cinnamon, half a teaspoon of salt, and about half a teaspoon of your chicken bouillon. Or you could add more if you'd like. I'm going to start with this amount, but then we're going to be checking it to make sure if it needs more salt or a little more chicken bouillon. We can always add that. Okay, and I'm just going to boil this for about 30 to 35 minutes or so. We're going to also remove, if it gets a little bit of the chicken fat on top, we're going to skim that off. And I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. Okay, and for my next ingredient, I'm using 8 Roma tomatoes. The more tomatoes you add to this dish, the yummier the dish. And I'm going to dice these 8 tomatoes. And I'm going to use 2 large white onions, and these I'm going to slice very thinly, kind of in half moons, and I'll go ahead and show you. And when your chicken is boiling, this is the fat that you want to remove. Okay, my chicken's been boiling for about 40-45 minutes or so. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to shred my chicken. So I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like once I shred it. Okay, and then this is what my tomatoes look like when they're finely diced. And then this is my onion that I've, pretty much cut in half moons. And what I'm going to do right now is, to a saucepan, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. And I'm going to add my onion. And what I want to do is I just want to make my onion soft and translucent before I add my diced tomatoes. And I know it looks like a lot of onion, but once you get it all translucent, it starts shrinking. And this is just going to be delicious. Okay, and then once your onion has cooked, and it's nice and translucent, I'm going to add my diced tomatoes. And what you want is you want your tomato to cook down and create almost like a little tomato sauce mixed in with the onion. And this has been cooking for about 5 to 7 minutes. And see how it's created a nice little tomato sauce? This is what you want. You want your chicken to absorb all this delicious goodness. Okay, and then the next ingredient that I'm going to use is going to be chile chipotle in adobo sauce. And this is what it looks like. It's a small little can. It's called chipotles, peppers, and adobo sauce. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add them whole with the adobo. And I'm going to mash it in. And you can also blend the chipotle peppers in your blender and then add them blended. I like to do it this way because it's not as spicy this way, and that way if you happen to get someone who doesn't like a lot of spice, then you can just give them a section that doesn't have a whole chili in it. And what you want is you want to mash it in. And you want to just mix it really well. And with your spoon or tongs or whatever you're using, you can just break them down a bit. I'm also going to add a little bit of oregano. And I'm just going to put a bit on my palm like this. And I'm going to break it down a bit. And then add it to my pan just for a little more flavor. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to taste. And a little bit more of the chicken bouillon. And you just want to mix it really well and then just let it cook a little bit longer. Just so the tomato can break down just a bit longer. Okay, my tomatoes and onions have been cooking for another 5 minutes or so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the chicken. Because tinga is not tinga unless it has your chicken in it. So I shredded the chicken. And you just want to mix it all in with a nice tomato sauce. Let it absorb all the juice. And you want to mix it all in. And once your chicken is all mixed in, you want to taste it just to make sure it doesn't need any more salt, or we can always add a little more chicken bouillon. My tinga needs a little bit more salt. Look at all that nice tomato goodness. And you could still hear the sauce, and you could see it sizzling over here. It has plenty of sauce still left. Your tinga is pretty much done. The way you can eat this is you can serve it on a plate and just eat it straight with maybe a salad or some rice on the side. The way we're gonna eat it is we're going to be eating it in tostadas. So, tinga tostadas. Okay, and then this is how I'm going to prepare them. I'm going to put a little bit of sour cream on a tostada. And you could use sour cream, table cream, Mexican cream, whatever you would like to use. And I'm going to add your tinga just right on top of it. Look how juicy that is. You could also add a little bit of queso fresco. And a little dollop of cream. And there you have it, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and have my husband taste this. He's super hungry. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Share and like my video for more content.